Welcome friends to the 2026 Mazda CX-90. We have some new updates to talk about, but stay tuned until the end of this video where I will be sharing with you how you can save up to 11% off the MSRP on the 2025 CX-90 and CX-70s. All right, let's get started here. For 2026, the 3.3 Turbo S trim level, which is the top of the line CX-90, they now have a premium sport option with the dark contrast exterior trimming, which is like a blackout package, if you will. Also new, all 2026 CX-90 models now feature Alexa technology inside to improve the hands-free commands. All right, and the polymetal gray metallic paint that is now available on CX-90 models. And there is another subtle update to cover, which I will go through when I talk about the various trim levels. And these vehicles, they should be going on sale very soon, and we do have the official pricing here. I'll talk about that last, but prices have gone up for 2026. Now the CX-90, what is it? Well, this is Mazda's three-row SUV that came out for the 2024 model year, and the CX-70 came out in 2025, which is essentially this exact same body style, but without the third row. And what sets the CX-90 apart amongst its competition is its driving dynamics. Out of all the three rows I have tested, this is for sure the most stable feeling three-row SUV. I mean, you can be doing very high speeds, even in windy conditions, and this is by far the most stable I have tested amongst the three-row SUVs. Mazda gave this vehicle things like double wishbone front suspension, multi-link rear suspension. All models come standard with all-wheel drive, and the CX-90, it utilizes something known as KPC, or Kinematic Posture Control Technology. This tech is supposed to suppress the body lift on tight corners to offer more intuitive handling characteristics. And more importantly, all of this helps to keep all of the occupants stable and maintain a natural posture. So nobody's flipping and flopping all over the place, so it's supposed to handle its rather high curb weight pretty well. And I can attest to that. However, I'm going to give out a big disclaimer right now before I talk about the various trim levels. The way this car drives, it is going to vary drastically depending on trim level and even what model year you go with. Honestly, if you're someone who's interested in buying this vehicle for your family, I'm sure you've seen a bunch of different reviews. To be fair, watching driving reviews on this vehicle is kind of pointless because when you get out there in the real world to test drive these vehicles for yourself, they're all going to feel drastically different. There's just so much variance with the CX-90. Some of them can feel just straight up awful and others can be great. I've driven a lot of different trim levels of this vehicle. I do have experience with the base model Select. It's not bad, but it does suffer from some things like the clunky 8-speed transmission. It doesn't quite have the smoothest ride. The best trim level of the CX-90 that I have ever tested, the smoothest one, it is a 2025 fully loaded Turbo Premium Plus. Just the regular Turbo, not the Turbo S. I kid you not, the Turbo Premium Plus 2025, it was better in every way compared to the 2024 base model that I've tested. It rode better. It had a smoother transmission. It felt quicker despite having the exact same engine. It was not the Turbo S, it was the regular Turbo. All of the inputs regarding the drive just felt cleaner, smoother, braking, ride, handling, everything was just better. Even the steering was better. Why is that? Nobody will ever know. And I admit, Mazda is not the only company where you're going to be experiencing vast discrepancies between models and trims. Even other brands that people worship, Lexus, Audi, Mercedes, Ford, etc., they all have drastic variances in the various trims. But the CX-90, it's a bit much. But regardless of that, I think you get the point. Just do a thorough test drive, make sure you like the vehicle, get it out on the highway, do some decent speeds, really listen for things like wind noise, tire noise, etc. And make sure before you set off in any vehicle, check the tire pressure. It's something that nobody does, not even car journalists. Ask me how I know. I get press cars to review and they come with like 45, 50 PSI in the tires. So you're watching reviews by other journalists who are literally driving around with like 50 PSI in the tires, and that's how they give their impression on the vehicle. I actually set the tire pressure to where it needs to be, and then I give my conclusions. For instance, the base model Select, it's not bad. It comes with the 19-inch wheels, and for 2026, the Turbo Select base model, this is the only model to come with 19-inch wheels. Does that mean anything? As I just got done explaining to you, Not really. The Premium Plus with the 21-inch wheels rode better than the base model with the 19. So if you have that old school thinking where oh, get the smallest wheels to get the best ride quality, you can honestly throw that out the window. I've driven many vehicles with larger wheels that end up riding better. Anyway, the base turbo models, it's a 3.3 liter inline six turbocharged engine producing 280 horsepower, 332 pounds-feet of torque, comes with the 48 volt mild hybrid system. You are able to utilize 87 octane fuel with the base turbo. That's another reason why I like this model. You don't have to use premium, and you don't get any benefits from using premium in this engine either. The Turbo S, you have to run premium to get more power out of it, and even the plug-in hybrid version, Mazda does recommend running premium fuel in that model. So this is good, and you still have the 8-speed automatic transmission, which a lot of people complain that it's a bit clunky, and that is true, although once again that seems to vary. Fuel economy rating for this engine, it is 23 city, 28 out on the highway. You will legitimately be getting 28 out on the highway with every one of these CX-90s, but 23 city, that's not really happening. You're going to be most likely getting around 17 to 18 in the city. The only model getting close to 23 city would be the plug-in hybrid model. But the base model comes with a 10.25-inch digital gauge cluster. You get the wired Apple CarPlay and wired Android Auto, and you get an 8-speaker audio system, which is not bad, but not great. It certainly does the job. It's definitely not a garbage audio system, so that's good. And something I appreciate regarding the base model is the 3-zone automatic climate control. That is pretty cool, so the second row occupants do get their own climate control. You also get the useful safety tech features as standard, like the blind spot monitoring and the rear cross traffic alert. You just get a regular backup camera, and as mentioned before, you get all-wheel drive as standard for all the CX-90s. The preferred model is the next step up, and it comes with the 21-inch wheels, of course, and this is the trim where you get the wireless Apple CarPlay and the wireless Android Auto, as well as a wireless phone charging pad. This trim level is also going to add a sunroof and leather seats, as well as heated front seats as well. The base model does not get the heated seats, and it's not a leather seat. It is a synthetic material for the base model, but you don't get cloth seats with the base model. Anyway, something else that's new for the 2026 preferred, it is the standard ventilated front seats and heated second row seating. You also get a heated steering wheel as well. So all great things to see, but for 2026, the price has gone up pretty dramatically for this preferred model. I'll talk more about that in a moment. Then we have the Turbo Premium Sport, which gets more gloss black accents for the exterior, along with automatic power folding and auto dimming side mirrors. That's new for the 2026 Premium Sport. I do like this model because it also comes with the 12-speaker Bose audio system, which is genuinely one of the best audio systems in its class, and you begin to get that with the Premium Sport. You also get the frameless rear view mirror with the garage door home link, and your towing capacity does increase to 5,000 pounds when you go with the Premium Sport model. The top of the line Turbo Premium Plus, which is once again the model that I mentioned drove the best in my experience. This adds on to the Premium Sport by giving us the Napa leather seats, which I'm not gonna lie, it does enhance the comfort of this vehicle. It is a bit more soft and a bit more supple, and that's gonna help you out on longer trips. You also get the heated steering wheel here and a 360 camera as well. So Premium Sport is nice, but honestly, I would personally step up to the Premium Plus at that point. Regarding the plug-in hybrid, I don't really recommend this model because every time I've gotten a plug-in hybrid, it's always been the clunkiest and not the smoothest vehicle. On paper, this is technically the quickest, quote unquote, from 0 to 60, but that comes with a big asterisk. The plug-in hybrid, it only really feels quick when you're driving around in sport mode, which is not super practical for everyday driving. So when you drive this in the regular mode, this is the most lethargic feeling CX-90 for sure, the plug-in hybrids. But I'm willing to forgive pretty much any vehicle if it comes in at the right price, and the base model preferred plug-in hybrid leases out rather well. Once again, I'll talk more about that towards the end, but new for 2026, all CX-90 plug-in hybrid models are now rolling on the 21-inch wheels. They will all have the ventilated front seats, the heated first and second row seats, and it will get an 8-way power adjustable driver's seat with the power lumbar support. Heated steering wheel is also standard for the plug-in hybrids. Similar to the turbo gas model, the Premium Sport plug-in hybrid is going to come with the blacked out Mazda badges and other black accents for the exterior. Premium Plus, which is doing fully loaded things, is just giving you all of the nice features and all of that Once again, I've tested the fully loaded plug-in hybrid. It was not that refined. Turbo S, this is your more powerful inline-six model. Comes with 340 horsepower, 369 pounds-feet of torque when utilizing 91 octane premium fuel. Power goes down to 319 horsepower when utilizing 87 octane on the Turbo S. Plug-in hybrid models actually come with a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder mated to the electric motor with a 17.8 kilowatt hour battery pack. Anyway, the Turbo S, this is the quickest feeling CX-90 for sure, but I don't really recommend stepping up to it. I just don't think that this is worth the money. Anyway, for 2026, the Turbo S Premium Sport, it once again features the blacked out accents for the exterior. Even the entry level Turbo S Premium Sport comes with the 12-speaker Bose audio system, the Pano moonroof, wireless CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and you even get the 360 camera and Bose 12-speaker audio system. So it's well equipped. So what does the top-of-the-line Turbo S Premium Plus have to offer? Well, it just gives you a more refined cabin with the unique Japanese craftsmanship interior. Once again, the Nappa leather seats found in the Premium Plus, it just adds more suppleness to the seats, making it more comfortable on longer trips. Anyway, I'm going to have all of the updates on the screen for you to check out. These are all the details that Mazda themselves have to share regarding the 2026 CX-90, and we do have the official pricing here. Base model select, it's going to start at $38,800. Top of the line Turbo S Premium Plus, it's going to be $57,370, but make sure to add $1,530 to these prices for the destination charge. As mentioned before, these prices have gone up compared to last year. The Turbo Preferred, which is, I'm guessing, a very popular model among CX-90 shoppers, that model got the highest price increase compared to 2025. Price has gone up by about $1,800 compared to last year for that Preferred. Rest of the trim levels, they go up by about $700-ish. The plug-in hybrid models, they've gone up in price by around $500 compared to the 2025s. But as promised at the beginning of this video, here's how you can save 11% off the MSRP on the 2025 CX-90 and CX-70 gas models. You can reach out to AutoCompanion, who is one of the largest car brokers in the United States. He has partner dealerships in the Washington, D.C. area. He does offer nationwide shipping, but shipping is something that you have to pay extra for. And yes, 11% off on the gas models, that's definitely below invoice, and these vehicles seem to lease out pretty well. So it is one of the more affordable 3-row SUVs to consider. Now keep in mind the third row of these CX-90s, it is a bit more tight compared to something like a Honda Pilot, for instance, but it's okay for kids. And I mentioned that the preferred trim level of the plug-in hybrid, or the base plug-in hybrid, is a good model to consider if you're leasing. That's because you can get these plug-in hybrids for around $400 a month when you lease them. The discount, it's a bit less. It's about 9% off the MSRP, but there's about $10,000 worth of incentives when you lease the plug-in hybrid. And those incentives stack on top of AutoCompanion's 9% discount. So you're getting about $15,000 off the MSRP on a plug-in hybrid when you lease it. That is substantial, but the interest rate on the plug-in hybrid lease, it's a bit higher, so you're not really building that much equity though. But regardless, great deal, great discount. I am willing to overlook a lot of the unrefined driving nature of the plug-in hybrid when I can get the vehicle so cheaply. Now, another vehicle to really consider would be the Honda Pilot. So AutoCompanion doesn't just offer Mazda deals. He's also got Honda, Nissan, Hyundai, Kia, Volkswagen, etc. He also has other luxury brands like Acura, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, etc. But on the Honda Pilot, he's got about 8% off the MSRP. That is another phenomenal vehicle. It is more spacious and still drives amazing, especially when you get the all-wheel drive Pilot. It drives so good. And when you get the higher trim levels like the Elite Pilot, they are going to offer the quietest, most refined experience for sure. Obviously, more expensive than the CX-90, but definitely something to consider. Now, these are genuinely some of the best prices in the country, but keep in mind AutoCompanion does charge a broker fee to access these deals. He did say that if you go on his website and you fill out an inquiry form and you mention my channel, he did say that he'll take some money off of his fee, and I really appreciate him doing that for my audience. I'll be sure to have all of AutoCompanion's information in the description box below. Discounts, lease deals, incentives, interest rates, etc. All of these things, they do change every month, but AutoCompanion's website also updates every month. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.